For over 40 years, Voyager 2 had been whispering the secrets of the cosmos back to Earth, traveling farther than any human-made object. And then, without warning, its final transmission ended, leaving a silence so vast it felt like the universe itself was holding its breath. What we lost that day was more than a machine. It was a connection to the unknown, to the infinite, and to the pioneers who dared to reach beyond our world, that I can still feel the shiver that ran through me the moment the control room fell silent. The hum of computers, the steady beeping of monitors, the usual low chatter of engineers and scientists, all of it froze. I had been following Voyager 2's journey since I was a kid, tracing its path across the outer planets with awestruck eyes, but nothing could have prepared me for this. Decades of transmissions, of images and data carrying secrets from Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune have been arriving faithfully, like letters from a distant, unseen friend. And then, nothing. Voyager 2 had been launched in 1977, a small, golden emissary designed to carry humanity's curiosity into the farthest reaches of the solar system. I remember staring at the launch footage as a teenager. The roar of the rocket, the fire in the sky, the way it seemed to lift not just a spacecraft but the dreams of an entire planet. Every planet it passed became a chapter in our story. Jupiter's swirling storms, Saturn's icy rings glinting like crystal, Uranus' mysterious tilted spin, and Neptune's intense, electric blue winds that seemed almost alive. Voyager 2 didn't just fly. It spoke, sending back data that changed everything we knew about our cosmic neighborhood. I recall the engineers celebrating each milestone, the exhilaration in their voices as images came through, grainy, distant, yet profoundly human. Voyager 2 became more than a mission. It became a companion. When I read the latest updates, I could almost hear its faint, steady heartbeat in the form of radio waves traveling billions of miles. It was a lifeline, a thread connecting us to the abyss beyond our skies. But on that fateful day, something unimaginable happened. The transmission stopped. For a moment, I refused to believe it. Equipment failure? A software glitch? But the truth slowly sank in. Voyager 2 had reached the edge of the heliosphere, the bubble of solar wind surrounding our sun, and had now entered interstellar space. It had crossed a threshold no one had imagined we could reach, but with that achievement came the inevitable end. The signal, weak as it had always been, had finally succumbed to the infinite distances of the cosmos. I remember standing in my room, staring at the darkened monitors, feeling a strange mixture of awe and grief. Voyager 2 had traveled over 12 billion miles, carrying with it a golden record containing sounds and images of Earth. Our planet's heartbeat, our culture, our very essence, intended for whoever or whatever might find it in the far future. And now, as the signal fell silent, it felt as if the universe itself had claimed a piece of us, a piece of our curiosity, leaving behind only echoes of what once was. In those hours, I thought about the people who had poured their lives into the mission, engineers, scientists, and dreamers who believed in something bigger than themselves. Every calculation, every adjustment, every tense night spent monitoring Voyager 2's progress had led to this moment of quiet majesty. I could almost feel the spacecraft drifting farther into the black, untouched void, carrying our messages, our music, and our hopes, moving faster than anything we could ever hope to reach in our lifetimes. And yet, in that silence, there was something beautiful. Voyager 2's journey reminded us of our own insignificance, but also of our incredible potential. It had left Earth behind, gone where no human could follow, and yet it had returned knowledge that shaped our understanding of the solar system. It had witnessed storms on Neptune more powerful than anything on Earth, flown past moons that glimmered with frozen secrets, and sent it all back, one faint signal at a time. Its disappearance from our screens wasn't an end. It was a testament to the audacity of human exploration. I found myself imagining its lonely voyage through the darkness, past distant stars, past the fragile, cold beauty of interstellar space. Every mile it traveled was a reminder of the vastness beyond, and every silent moment was a meditation on what it meant to truly reach beyond our home. Voyager 2 was gone from our immediate grasp, but its story would echo forever in every curious child staring up at the night sky, in every scientist charting the unknown, and in every person daring to imagine a world beyond our own. It is strange to grieve something that is in truth still out there, still moving, still carrying our message, still alive in the void. But that grief is mixed with wonder, with pride, with an understanding that even in its silence, Voyager 2 is speaking to us. Its final transmission may have stopped, but its journey, the story of human curiosity, courage, and connection, will never end. The days after Voyager 2's last transmission were surreal. I remember walking through the streets, looking at the night sky, and feeling a strange emptiness, as if something that had always been there, just beyond our reach, had vanished. But in truth, it hadn't vanished. It was still out there, moving silently through the dark, carrying everything we had sent with it. Our hopes, our music, our images, our voices. The silence wasn't absence. It was something far greater, a reminder of the scale of the universe, and of our own fleeting presence within it. I couldn't stop thinking about the spacecraft itself, tiny in comparison to the void around it, battered by cosmic rays, frozen in the darkness, yet still moving at incredible speed. It had been traveling for over 4 decades, decades in which entire generations had grown up, in which civilizations on Earth had changed, yet Voyager 2 remained a constant. The thought that a small human-made object had survived the unforgiving reaches of the solar system, witnessing the celestial ballet of planets and moons, filled me with awe. I remembered one of the last transmissions it sent before going silent. A stream of data about interstellar plasma, the invisible currents flowing through space far beyond our sun's influence. Scientists described it in dry technical terms, but I could almost hear Voyager 2 speaking to us in whispers. I am here. I am still moving. I am still watching. That realization struck me profoundly. Out there, billions of miles away, it was a lone sentinel, our silent ambassador in a realm where no human could survive, sending us proof that we had dared to leave our cradle and touch the infinite. Every news report, every article, every discussion seemed to echo the same sentiment. Humanity had lost its voice in the void. But I felt differently. Losing contact didn't mean losing connection. Voyager 2's journey had always been about more than data. It was about imagination, about daring to dream beyond what was safe and familiar. And in its silence, I found a new kind of communication, a deeper message about persistence, courage, and exploration. I often thought about the golden record it carried. Encased in its protective cover, spinning through the void, were greetings in dozens of languages, the sounds of whales, the laughter of children, the songs of our planet. I imagined an alien civilization, billions of years from now, discovering that tiny artifact. Could they understand it? Would they hear the joy, the fear, the wonder embedded in every tone? Voyager 2 was more than a machine. It was a time capsule, a testament to the human spirit, hurtling through the darkness faster than anything that had ever carried our essence before. And then there was the loneliness. As I thought about the spacecraft moving through the abyss, I felt a kinship with it, a tiny human heart beating in sync with a machine that had become our eyes and ears in the most extreme places. We often fear the silence of space, but Voyager 2 embraced it. It didn't scream or panic. It just kept going, unwavering, patient, and unafraid. That resilience mirrored the best of us, the part that reaches for the stars despite the odds, the dangers, the impossibility of ever returning. I remember sitting at my desk one night, maps of the solar system spread before me, tracing the invisible path of Voyager 2 with my finger. I thought about Jupiter's raging storms, the icy plains of Europa, Saturn's glimmering rings, Uranus' tilted secrets, Neptune's violent winds, and now, the vast, dark emptiness beyond. Each milestone had been a victory, a small proof that humans could stretch across unimaginable distances, touch the planets, and bring back knowledge. Each mile Voyager 2 traveled was a reminder of our audacity. And now, every mile it continues to travel beyond human reach is a testament to our legacy. And yet, amid all this wonder, there was grief. Not for the spacecraft, not even for the lost signal, but for the feeling that our connection to something greater had shifted. Voyager 2's silence made us realize how fragile our link to the cosmos is, how fleeting moments of contact can be, and how profound the absence of even a single signal can feel. It was a cosmic heartbreak, quiet but immense, that reminded me of the vast scale of the universe and our own fragile presence within it. Still, I felt hope. Voyager 2's mission wasn't over, not really. Its silence on our monitors didn't erase its existence. Out there, in the dark, it continues to drift, carrying our dreams, our questions, and our stories. And I realized something profound. The end of a signal is not the end of a journey. Voyager 2 had taught us patience, endurance, and the incredible power of persistence. Its silence now challenges us to listen differently, to imagine more boldly, and to never stop exploring the unknown. I often return to that quiet moment when the final transmission stopped. It's burned into my memory, the pause, the empty screens, the collective breath of humanity caught in wonder and fear. And yet from that moment emerged a deeper understanding, that even in silence, even at the edge of the solar system, we are not truly alone. Voyager 2 continues to whisper to us, if we are willing to listen, to remind us that the universe is vast, life is fragile, and dreams can outlast even the limits of time and space. I can still remember the nights I spent staring at the sky after Voyager 2's final transmission. The stars seemed sharper, colder, and somehow lonelier than before. I kept imagining that tiny spacecraft, a fragile human creation, drifting endlessly through the void, a lone witness to the silent beauty of interstellar space. It had crossed boundaries we didn't even know existed, leaving the heliosphere behind. And now it was entering a region so alien that even our best minds could only guess at what lay ahead. The more I learned about interstellar space, the more I understood the immensity of Voyager 2's journey. Out there is no sun to warm it, no planets to pass, only the invisible sea of cosmic particles and radiation. Each second, billions of miles stretched before it, and the faintest whisper of a signal took hours, days, even weeks to reach Earth. The vastness was humbling and terrifying. I felt a strange kinship with the spacecraft, as if it carried not just scientific instruments, but the fragile courage of every human who had dared to imagine something bigger than themselves. I remember reading the logs of the engineers and scientists who had worked on the mission for decades. Their words were filled with awe and anxiety, hope and fear. Some described the spacecraft as our most distant ambassador, others as a time capsule of humanity. I could feel their pride and their exhaustion in every line. They had devoted their lives to following a speck of metal through the darkness, and in doing so, they had achieved something extraordinary, giving humanity a voice that could reach the stars. But the silence was heavy. It pressed against me, a reminder that even our greatest achievements have limits. Voyager 2's instruments, designed to operate in the hostile environment of deep space, could no longer send back data. Its power source, once vibrant and steady, was dwindling, leaving only the faint hum of what remained. Yet even as I mourned the loss of contact, I couldn't help but marvel at what it had already accomplished. Every image, every signal, every measurement it had sent back was a story of survival, ingenuity, and human ambition. I thought about the planets it had visited, the swirling storms of Jupiter, the icy rings of Saturn, the tilted spin of Uranus, and the violent winds of Neptune. Voyager 2 had been there, silently recording, sending back snapshots of worlds that no human had ever walked upon. And now, beyond Neptune, in the dark stretches of the unknown, it was still moving forward, a testament to persistence in a universe that often feels indifferent. I imagined it gliding past unseen comets, through fields of dust, past distant stars, alone in a silence that stretched for billions of miles. There was a strange comfort in thinking about its solitude. Voyager 2 was alone, yet not lonely. It carried within it the essence of humanity. Our music, our voices, our images, our curiosities. It was as if the spacecraft itself understood something we sometimes forget, that exploration is not about control, but about courage. It is about stepping into the unknown with nothing but hope and curiosity as companions. I found myself reflecting on the golden record, a tiny disk embedded with the sounds and images of Earth. I imagined some distant civilization, billions of years from now, discovering that record, deciphering our language, listening to the songs of our planet, the laughter of our children, the roar of our oceans. Voyager 2 was no longer just a machine. It was a messenger, a bridge across time and space, carrying our story into a future we could only imagine. In those quiet nights, I began to see Voyager 2's journey as a mirror for life itself. We travel forward, often blindly, into unknown territories, facing challenges that seem insurmountable. Yet, like the spacecraft, we leave traces of ourselves behind, moments of kindness, acts of curiosity, and pieces of knowledge that may one day touch others long after we are gone. Voyager 2 had taught me that even silence can speak, and even distance can connect us to something larger than ourselves. And then, I felt a surge of gratitude. Gratitude for the people who built it, for the minds that guided it, for the generations who dreamed of reaching beyond the sky. Voyager 2 had reminded us that humans are capable of extraordinary things. It had shown us the beauty of persistence, the thrill of discovery, and the quiet majesty of the universe. It was a story of triumph and loss, of hope and inevitability, of curiosity that could not be contained. As I turned away from the night sky, I realized something profound. Voyager 2's final transmission may have stopped the world for a moment, but its journey continues. Somewhere, billions of miles away, it drifts onward, carrying with it our voices, our dreams, and the unspoken promise that humanity will never stop reaching for the stars. And in that, I found a strange peace, a recognition that though we may be small and our lives fleeting, our courage to explore and our desire to understand can leave an echo that lasts far longer than we ever could. Voyager 2 is gone from our immediate view, yet it has never truly left us. It continues to teach, to inspire, and to remind us that the universe is vast, beautiful, and waiting. And as long as we remember it, as long as we continue to look up at the stars, its journey and ours will never end.